Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Meet Ogundepo Olumide, or as he prefers to be known, Ron Boyd. Ron is a very rude man. He really does need to learn some manners if he's going to chat ladies up on Facebook. Ron introduced himself to Celia with the usual pleasantries. He told Celia would love to know more about you. So she said, I'm 45 and I live in Durham in the northeast of England. What about you? I'm 56, he said. I live in Georgia. Where in Georgia? Columbia, he said. What do you do for a living? Celia told him, I'm an administrator. I work in the admissions office of one of our local colleges. What do you do? That's awesome, he said. Do you have other work? What, you think I'm Superwoman, do you? In reply to what do you do, he said, I'm a professional truck driver. Celia said, do I have other work? Why? What's wrong with working in an office? Nothing is wrong. I love your work. I'm just asking, because most women love business than sitting in an office. Celia said, I love my job. I have lovely colleagues, which makes a difference. Do you have to drive long distances for your work? It depends, he said. Sometimes I drive long distance, but most day, not long. I always imagine truck drivers in the US driving for days all over the country, said Celia. You're right. Now work I travel long distance. Work has not been easy this day due to the pandemic. We have delivered things out. Omar Aya went in day. Pardon? Said Celia. Google Translate let me down on that one. If anyone viewing this knows what he actually said, please do leave it in the comments below. What are you doing now? He asked. Celia said, what did you mean by Omar Aya went in day? Typical error, he said. Oh, laugh out loud. OK, she said. What am I doing now? I'm talking to you, silly. What the expletive? He said. I beg your pardon, said Celia. If you're going to use language like that, I don't think I want to be friends. Are you mad at me? He asked. Yes, said Celia. I'm sorry, he said. Can I see a picture of you? OK, I accept your apology, she said. Can't you see my profile pic? I want a picture of you now, he demanded. And don't be pushy, said Celia. I'm beginning to think you're a rude man. I hope I'm wrong. And she sent him her made-up photo. I want a selfie, he said. Said, I'm not rude. Just want to be free with you. Celia said, what's wrong with the photo I sent you? Don't you like it? And you are rude. I want a selfie. Sounds like an order, and I don't take orders. All right, he said. I like it. But I would love to see a picture of you right now. I don't do selfies, sorry, said Celia. Then she asked him where he was going on his next trip, and he said North Carolina. Is it a long way to Carolina? How long will it take? She asked. 6 to 7 hours. Oh, not too far, she said. I guess you have to stay overnight in your truck. I'd love to travel. I haven't been to many places. Sure, he said. I stay in my truck. Have you been to Georgia? No, she said. I've never been to the USA. Tell me about Atlanta. On one condition, I'm going to tell you. Will you send me a picture of you now? I will tell everything you want to know about Atlanta. I've sent you my picture, said Celia. Stop being pushy. I don't like pushy men. Are you a bully? I sent you a picture too, he said. Just want to see your face now. Nothing's bad about that. Stop bullying me then, said Celia. You can see my face perfectly well in the photo I sent you. If you don't like my face, you can go away. All right, please, he said. I want a new picture of you. You're not going to let him get away with that, are you, Celia? OK, she said. I think you should go. I've told you that's the only photo I have, and it's the only photo you're getting. I don't even know you. Goodbye. Goodbye, he said. Oh dear. Now what's he going to do? He might just have lost a potential victim. What do you think he's going to do? Hello, he said, a few minutes later. Can I ask you questions? Oh, you're back, said Celia. Are you going to behave like a proper gentleman? LOL, he said. Want to know you more. Are you married? My husband died 2 years ago, she said. He was a lot older than me, but we were very happy together. What about you? My wife died years back because of cancer, he said. You sure she didn't just leave you because you're a rude, childish bully? Celia told him that she had a son called Dan who lived in Australia. He said, I have 3 children, 1 male and 2 female. How old are they? Asked Celia. My son is 32, my daughter is 28, while the third is 24. A bit later, he asked, What's your plans for today? I have to go out soon, she said, to deliver a birthday present to a friend. Not sure after that. What about you? We'll start driving soon, he said. OK, she said, I hope you have a good journey. Can I see the birthday present, please? He said. No, said Celia. Are you obsessed with photos? There's nothing to see. It's just a gift card in an envelope. I'm sure you know what an envelope looks like. What your currency there? He asked. What a strange question, said Celia. I live in the UK. We use pounds. What currency do you use? Just asking, he said. We use dollars here. Are you on WhatsApp? Celia suggested Hangouts instead. And then he said, What are you using for browsing? Firefox, she said. Why do you need to know? Just asking, he said. Which phone? How is my phone any of your business? She said. Stop asking silly questions. You sound harsh, baby, he said. And you're rude and pushy. I already said I don't like pushy men, said Celia. I'm sorry, he said. Safely over on Hangouts, our man, who'd just accused her of being harsh, suddenly realised that if he wanted to make it as a romance scammer, he'd better start being romantic. So he sent her some hearts. I feel comfortable chatting with you, he said. That's nice, said Celia, but please stop being pushy. I don't like it. All right, baby, he said. Noted. Tell me those things you don't like. Peppers and cucumbers, said Celia, and rude, pushy men. What do you love most? He asked. I love my son. I love my house and where I live. What do you love? I love Celia Warburton, he said. Oh, she said, that's so lovely. What don't you like? I hate lies, he said. I hate people that is cunning. Oh dear, said Celia, you must have had some bad experiences. My husband never told a lie in his life, and I don't think my Dan has either. Well, that's good to hear, he said. I met a lot of female on social media. They all lied to me. Online is now complicated than we think. I hope to meet someone real, which I know you're a real person. Yes, mate, she's every bit as real as you are. Oh, that's sad, said Celia. I hope you weren't as rude to them as you have been to me. Not at all, he said. How comforting to know that you were the recipient of such special treatment, Celia. Mr. Charm personified continued, What have you experienced being single since your husband died? I don't understand the question, said Celia. What are your experiences since your husband died? Lonely or what? Asked our charming fellow. What a strange question, said Celia. My darling husband died, and you're asking me what my experience was. What do you think it was? Don't misquote me, he said. You really do need to think before asking questions, said Celia. I'm not misquoting you. That's what you asked me. Mr. Charm personified decided that perhaps he'd better attend charm school, and came back and said, I'm sorry about that. Will you love to get married again? To feel loved and start a new relationship? I think I might, yes, said Celia. I'm starting to feel it's time to move on. That sounds good, he said. I would love to see you in person. Maybe you could come to Durham, she said. Then we could meet. Oh, really, he said. Do you want me to come? Answers on a postcard, please, guys. But as we want to finish this video, I suppose you'd better invite him. You'd have to fly to Heathrow and then come up on the train, said Celia. I always love to have visitors. Have you ever been to England? No, haven't been there. Can't wait to see you in person and see your pretty smiles face. I expect Durham is very different from Georgia, said Celia. It's a lovely city, and we have a beautiful cathedral and old castle. It would be lovely to meet you. How long will I stay? He asked. How long will you permit me? You'd be welcome to come and stay for as long as you want, said Celia. How much holiday can you get from work? If you come for 2 weeks, I could show you round and take you to different places. I can easily take a week off work, said Celia. I'll probably take 2 days off 1 week and then 3 days off the next week. That way I can take you to different places and you can have a few days to look around Durham on your own. Do you like walking? I can take you to Weardale or Teesdale. They're both beautiful places. Oh, amazing, said our new graduate from Charm School. You're wonderful. Where have you been all the while? You're heaven sent. It's awesome meeting you. I think I might be falling for you. I love who you are and every little thing you do." "Steady on, mate, don't overdo it. You've only just graduated from charm school." Our newly charming man told Celia that he had to go off on a driving job. She asked him, "Did you look at flights to the UK?" "No, baby," he said, "driving, couldn't." "OK," she said. "Can you help me out?" he asked. "Of course," she said. "What do you want me to do?" "Look up flight to your nearest airport. Cheap flight I want, and anything I need to know." Celia hopped on a flight finding app and found some flights from Atlanta to Heathrow. She said, "Look, I found these." And here we go with the sob story. £966 is not much. I just have a lot sorting out, he said. My own hospital bill of my died wife, $200,000. Oh my goodness, said Celia, that's awful. Cancer treatment is expensive here. You person don't have the insurance. If there is not valid insurance, cancer treatment is cost here. I can't imagine how stressful that must be for you, said Celia. I work hard to get off the mess. I pay $2,000 every 2 weeks to cover my hospital bill, he said. Oh my goodness, Celia said. That's a lot of money. How long ago did your wife die? 3 years ago, he said. Have paid $60,000 now. I own $140,000. My son said he's going to pay $60,000 in August. That's kind of him, said Celia. That will make it much easier for you. And if any viewers would like to do the maths and work out how much he really should have paid, please do. Having given Celia the sob story, our now charming man had no idea how to ask her for money, so he had to spend the next few days driving around the United States, as you do if you're a truck driver. One day he said, I've gotten to North Carolina on my way to Georgia. Oh, she said, you're on your way home? Yes, baby, he said. You're so caring. Can I have you as my wife? Oh my goodness, said Celia, I've gone all week at the knees. Celia resorted to alcohol. She said, I don't think I can say yes without meeting you first. How soon do you think you can come here so we can meet properly? In a couple of months or 3, he said. Our man carried on driving. He went to Tennessee. He went to Alabama. He went to Orlando. And one afternoon he got out the manual that they gave him at charm school and came over all lyrical. You're the only one person I want to be with for the rest of my life and grow old with. I love you, my sweetheart. The best feeling ever is when you have someone who cares only about you. You are too lovely to be so lonely. Want to be with you now and forever. The charm school manual wittered on, but I won't bore you with it. Then one day, disaster struck. Hopping smartly onto Hangouts, he contacted Celia and said, Hi, my Facebook account is disabled. Don't know why. Scammers will often ask you to move from whichever social media app they've contacted you on to Hangouts or WhatsApp or somewhere like that, because they know that the social media platform is likely to disable their fake profile. And that's exactly what happened here. Undaunted, our man set up a new profile on Facebook. Hello, he said to Celia. My Facebook account was disabled. Are you here? Then our man thought he'd try a different sob story. He said, I'm thinking of getting a different job. Driving all day without rest is stressful. It was when I started feeling some kind of pain, like chest, hands and back. Doctor told me to limit my work, which I did. I don't drive all day, only 3 or 4 days now, so I'm thinking getting a different job will be better. He continued, I really need to sort out the mess of debt. That reminds me, Doctor called me today concerning the debt. I was a threat. He's giving me time paying the money. I hope I can see where to lend money and pay up, but nowhere. I have to hard work. That's unkind of the doctor, said Celia. You can't pay him money you don't have, can you? Such a wicked person, he said. I can't pay him because I don't have. And I know what you're thinking. At this point, he's really supposed to ask Celia to help him pay off his debt, isn't he? The next day he found some money and said have sent him $10,000. I'm on my way to the hospital to see him. Hope all goes well at the hospital for you, said Celia. Everything went well for me, he said, but I really want to talk to you about something, but I don't know how you'll feel about it. But with all hopes and faith, your heart will be so cheerful to listen and know how I truly feel about it. I don't know how to go about telling you, because I'm a little bit scared right now about what I just want to ask you. But since we have really been open to each other, I have nothing to worry about, since we both truly care for each other. Well, I really want to seek for something from you. That's what I'm really scared of asking from you, because I don't know how you will feel about it, because I don't want you to feel bad about anything, because I want to build our love and trust to the greatest height." "What do you want to ask?" said Celia. "Please, can you get me an iTunes card or Steam card from the store? $50. I need when this morning breaks here. I'm so sorry to bother you about this. I don't have any cash with me. I'll be glad if you can help me with this. All that sob story and all that debt, and all you want is $50. "I can send it by email," said Celia. "Yes, honey," he said. "Are you there?" And Celia disappeared. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please like it, please share it, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another Keep Safe on the Net video on YouTube.